Hey, welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. I'm Malcolm Reed. Today I got my buddies from Swine Life, Mark and Jamie Williams, here with me, and I got Mr. Crispy Bacon. We've named this hog. It's a 150-pound hog. We're going to show you how we cook it racing style on an Old Hickory EDX smoker. It's going to take a long cook. A hog like this needs at least 16 to 18 hours to cook. We're going to stay with it the whole time, and if y'all hang out with us, you'll see how we do it. Let's get to cooking. Let's try to lay him out with his legs sprayed out. See, I really think that we'll probably cut him off.
I'll have to go front to back end.
Might have to get something to. So the first thing we got to do to Mr. Crispy is get him cleaned up just a little bit. And Mark's got a knife. We're just kind of opening those back legs. The inside of this hog's covered with some sinew, with some fat. That's what we're taking off.
Cut
Is that
all
the
the way to
rooter or
the
the
root.
tutor? That's the tutor. The rooter's up there, ain't it? You got to open up that rooter, man. Don't you know that? All that stuff can come out. It's just trash. You don't want to eat it. It's a barrier. We can't get smoke. We can't get flavor on it. So this hog's got some good fat on him. Look at that bacon there. I'm a bacon man. You really don't want but one man with the knife in there, because it can get a little sketchy. But when you're cooking a racing style, having someone to hold the sides open makes it easy. I mean, this is quick work. It's taking Mark 3 or 4 minutes really to come through here and take out the stuff that we're removing. A big pit like this needs to be warmed up first, so we're gonna fire it up, get those coals good and hot, heat up all that metal. It's gonna make that hog happy when we put him on. So we're gonna put a little mustard on him, because we like a little yellow mustard on our pork. It's gonna help it rub stick, just kind of rub it in everywhere. It don't take a whole lot. Then I'm gonna put some seasoning to him. I'm gonna use some of Swine Life's Mississippi Grind. I'm gonna layer some of mine right on top of it. You could use whatever kind of barbecue rubs you want on a whole hog, but it's just about getting some flavor on this exposed meat. So now we're gonna add the barbecue rub, and you really can't put too much. So now we're taking this injection that I mixed up, and we're just pumping it full of this hog. And this is a brine pump injector. It's made for injecting a large amount of liquid into a big animal. That's exactly what this hog is. So we're gonna pump the hams up. We're gonna move it down each side, all the way down the loin, in between the tenderloins, the ribs, all the way up to the shoulder. We're gonna try to get as much of this 2 gallons of injection in this hog as we can. That injection smells good, don't it?
It does.
That white grape peach, that brown sugar.
That's what I smell, the white.
Hey, it's good in some pork butts too now. I've ran this one before in whole shoulders. It seems like a lot of salt and sugar, but being that the pig is so big, it takes it. I'll blow that tenderloin out, look at it. And you can see the way it runs all the way down it. You know you're getting moisture in it. Look at that, straighten that leg out, kicking that leg out. You know we got him full of injection when it's coming back out his rooter. He got a little nose leak, but that's okay. We call that pit fever. That ain't hay fever. So now we got the pig on our rack, but you can see how our pig is sagging here. We need some support inside that cavity to hold that back up. So what we did was just engineered up aluminum foil wrapped brick.
Yeah.
We're gonna lean the hog over, put it inside the cavity. I've seen people use specialty made racks to support the cavity. I've seen them use turkeys, I've seen them use butts. You can use all kinds of things. And you can see how much better this hog looks now after it's got some support in that cavity. It's gonna keep our loins up. It's gonna support them to where they don't sag throughout the cook. It's gonna make a much better presenting hog here in this stretched out running form. We just got a piece of wood that we engineered with some aluminum foil. It's gonna hold his head up. Now I'm just shielding these ears a little bit. It'll help hold them up, protect them where they don't burn up since they're so thin. We got his satellite antennas on.
We got Wi-Fi
That's
on.
gonna help him, you know, get the right signal. But the next step is to get the skin as dry as we can get it. We want the skin to go the first couple hours with nothing on it. The heat's gonna set it, and it's gonna give it a pretty brown color. Then we're gonna start oiling the skin, which that's really gonna make it crisp up some, and it's what's gonna give that hog a real pretty look. Now we will tint the hog throughout the cook, and I'll show you that later in the night. Now it's time to get this hog on the pit.
Get it close.
All right, he's over there. So we're cooking this hog today on my Old Hickory EL EDX pit. Now I use this pit for butt cooks. Jamie, what do we get on here? About 80 butts is ideal?
80 is ideal.
I have got 96 on it when you finagle with the way you turn them and stuff. But cooking hogs, you could probably get 2 whole pigs this size in here. The main thing is, we want the rotisserie off when we're cooking a hog. The racks are out of it, and if it starts turning, it's gonna wreck our pig. It's gonna hit the carousel. Now Luke and the guys at Old Hickory Pits come up with this lazy suey carousel. This is what makes the pig rotate. You can see the rack that we have the pig supported on is on another frame. It has 3 bars that goes across, all this slides in, and it's made where we can move this pig around front to back. We've already had the pit preheated with some good Royal Oak charcoal, but let's go back and put some wood on it, guys, get these doors closed up. Mr. Chris P. Bacon is loaded up, skins rubbed down. He's ready for a smoke nap. We're gonna give it to him.
We're gonna add a little bit of cherry and hickory from smokerwood.com. Get it on that Royal Oak charcoal.
You ain't gonna put too much smoke to him right now. That's fixing to kick up. We got the coals running, and all we gotta do is maintain this fire. We'll add a little bit more charcoal as needed, a little more wood, but we're good to go for a couple hours now, Mark. So we've been on a couple more hours now, and I want y'all to check this hog out. This is when we want to start oiling it, but it's starting to get that golden color, and that's what we wanted to see in a running or racing style hog. We're gonna try to build on that and keep that color going throughout the cook. So that's why we're adding some vegetable oil to the skin now. We've dried the skin out. It's starting to feel kind of tight. And now the oil is gonna help it even more. I'm gonna grab some aluminum foil because the snout looks like it needs covered up too.
Got this regular old cotton rag. We'll keep it simple.
Every couple hours, we're just keeping oil on it at this point. I mean, it's a long cook. We're keeping it 225 on the EDX here. So we're using this lazy suey rack. Mark's rotating it around.
These little spray cans make it easy up around the face, feet.
Backside's just as pretty. Does have a little bit of gouge in it, but that's okay. You can't control how they come from the processor.
It'll grease up like one of them women on the beaches.
Women on beaches. It's one of the things I love in life. That rack makes it so easy. Got a wet nose now. You don't want to get it too tight because it will make it bust. We want it to breathe. We just don't want to protect it.
Gonna get it closed back up.
Close them up. So right now it's been about 6 hours. It's time for one more spray, but you can see, I don't know, it's kind of dark, but our color is there, and we want to preserve what we have now. This is where Jamie's getting the full ready. We're going to lay it over this hog. We're not wrapping it tight. We're just protecting the hide now, just like we have on the head and the ears, and that's going to save that pretty mahogany color that we're at.
Go ahead and get the snooter sprayed first.
Spray our ear. We had our ears protected and kind of foiled up at first so they would stick up, but now you can see they've got some color on them.
Is there such thing as too much oil on a hog?
I don't think so. You see the color it's got. I mean, the old hickory is doing its job.
Putting in the bed, putting in the bed.
Just a heat shield. This is just going to protect it from getting any more smoke, any more dark color on it. It's still going to allow it to cook and render and drip. Now we need to do a little bit of fabricating. We're just going to try to cover up any spots that are exposed. So we got our ThermalWorks 6-inch probe that we're going to put one in the ham. You just want to make sure you don't hit bone. Now we're ready to tighten it up for the night. Close the cooker up. We're going to hold this old hickory at 220 for the rest of the cook. We're not going to mess with it, but we're really just putting him to bed right now. That's all there is to it. All right, the next day, pig's been on all night. We hadn't touched it. Mark went to his house, got some sleep. I got some much needed sleep. You can see the ham's at 173. We're going to open this cooker up now, Mark. It's time to take a peek at it. Temp's doing exactly like we thought it would do. We know we still got several more hours. I want to see how the full did on this hog.
Get it slid out. We can pull this one up a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh man, it's got some good color on it. Ooh.
That's gonna pull right off.
Yeah. That's exactly, it's rendering underneath it. We want to get these hams up to at least the 190. Perfect pig's got to pull. So what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of rotate it. Can you throw those probes over? Let's even it out these last few hours. And I kind of want to peek at this side too, see how the back of it did last night. Can we sneak a look, Mark?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, oh yeah. Hey, I'm getting excited now. It's almost pig picking time. So you can see we've hit 190 degrees in the shoulders, in the ham on Mr. Crisp here. We've been cooking all night, most of the day. We've reached the end stage of the cook. It's been all about just monitoring that fire, letting this old hickory pit do its job. We haven't been back in the pit since we've rotated it earlier. Now we're gonna go ahead and open it up. Let's get the foam off of him and let's kill this pit, man. We want it to cool off. It's gonna be a resting period. Just like you would rest any piece of meat, you've got to rest this hog too. Now, this is the moment of truth. Did we keep our color that we worked so hard on? And we just had the foil draped over this hog. The legs are wrapped up pretty good. That's the one part that might be blowed out. We hadn't looked. The color's beautiful. I mean, that's a mahogany racing hog. The leg looks good. Bones did not blow through.
Got a good looking forehead.
Boom, look at that face. Man, crispy bacon. Son, you turn it, woo, you crispy there. Look at that smoke come out the nose. I love that. That's a pretty hog, Mark. We just need him to calm down now. We're gonna leave him sitting here with the doors open, just chilling out so we can handle the rack. We're gonna give him probably about 30, 45 minutes. So we've had our hog rested here about 45 minutes. Mark, you ready to manhandle him out of here?
Time to get him.
Let's grab him, son. Pull forward. Slide him right out here on the table. Carousel makes loading them and unloading them so much easier. I know he's done lost a lot of weight because we done dried him out. We done rendered him down. But that joker looks good sitting here on that rack. Now we're gonna garnish the hog, and all that means is we're gonna decorate it up a little bit. Mark, you got some kale, you're gonna spread that all around, split a pineapple, lay it around, put some peppers on there, some lemons. It don't take a whole lot, does it?
No, it don't. The biggest thing is that pretty red hog. I mean, that's the star of the show.
Mark, thanks for coming on here today, man, helping me cook this racing style hog. I'm super thrilled with the way it turned out. What'd you think, man?
It's a great hog. I'd cook another one tonight if we could.
Hey, if you got 24 hours, you got some beer, some buddies to hang out with, cook a running style hog. It's a lot of fun. Appreciate y'all hanging out, checking out the video. Subscribe to Mark's channel over at Swine Life BBQ on YouTube. You can hit me up here, find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And Shell and I are gonna talk about this running style hog, all the other delicious stuff. Gonna bring Mark on the podcast this week. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Y'all come hang out with us there. We'll see y'all next time. So we got the hog prettied up. Now it's time to break him down. And on a show hog like this, that means we're gonna open this hide up on the back side, and that's where we're gonna get access to all this delicious pulled pork. What Mark's doing, he's taking a stiff bladed knife and just cutting that hide and just kind of open it all the way down the spine. And we're gonna roll it down the hind quarter. Then he'll come back and make a cut on the shoulder, and we'll show you how it peels down. Let's open this hog up and see what we're working with, man. Ooh, look at all that bacon. That's what I'm talking about. Can I go ahead and get in here, Mark? You're gonna be jealous if I take some of this bacon out here? I mean, look at that. Whew, it's hot. I want a piece though. I can't stand it.
Where's that?
Son, that is money.
Can't beat that bacon. That bacon's the best part.
Check it out. We got the ham here. It's fully cooked. The loin's intact, the whole shoulder. Mark, you should be able to just take your hands with those gloves on it and let's just rake it down to a pile.
A piece of bark?
Yeah, I'll take a piece of bark, man. That's from that seasoning that we put on the inside of it to give it some flavor.
That's it.
Man.
I gotta get a piece of this ham. It's looking at me. Dude's packed full of moisture.
It's not dry because we put so much and it's got a ton of flavor, man. You got a smoke ring all the way through it. When you get a pile of meat here, can you see the way the smoke has affected it and drawn up in it? We use that good hickory wood, some cherry to give it a nice little fruit tone, but the hog soaks it up and it gives it a nice tint. That's that smoke ring it's developed.
You didn't see this, but there's a little pile of pork fat right there in that bottom. It's gonna be fine eating. That ham.
Ham's where it's at? I don't know, man.
I don't know, it's a close run.
Can you pull that ham apart? Will it shred off the bone? Oh, look at that. So when you're having a pig picking, it's all about mixing the different parts together. You mix the ham with the shoulder, with the belly meat, with some of the loin up here. Our loin's not dry, it's still intact.
And it's just like hidden goodness all in there.
All right, you ready, Shell? Here's the money shot.
Look at that.
It makes a nice bowl to pull all this meat in. So I'm gonna start, you wanna see a blade bone pull? Look at that. Pulls right out. All this shoulder meat coming off. Come on out of there, arm bone. So I'm about to pull out some of this delicious whole hog bacon. And that, my friend, is what it's all about. You can take this stuff right here, tear it off in ribbons, wrap it up. Best body pull. Mm.